tell you, I've always wanted my own talk show. Maybe called Sherri. I don't know. Because I love to have fun. I love people feeling good. When I tell you the battles, people don't understand. When we are in power, the battles we gotta fight that you will never know about. Never. To keep a show on.
Y'all, brace yourselves, because what I'm about to reveal isn't just another talk show cancellation. It's a full-blown scandal dripping with betrayal, manipulation, and cold, calculated revenge. Sherri Shepherd, beloved by millions, didn't just lose a slot on daytime TV, she was set up. According to Tasha K., the network wanted her to fail, plain and simple. Sherri was too safe, too polite, too controlled for the ruthless, ratings-driven battlefield of modern TV. And the moment the cameras stopped rolling, the real war began. Backstage politics, digital influence battles, and silent sabotage. Tasha K's revelation is explosive. Jay had survived because his viral segments and digital following made him untouchable. Sherri, on the other hand, had the audience's trust, but not the numbers the network worships. Her ability to pull viewers from social media to TV was questioned, her every move scrutinized, her influence sabotaged. She even faced interference in personal projects, tour dates clashed, financial losses piled up, and she had no defense. And here's the kicker. Wendy Williams' comeback was orchestrated in shadow. Networks didn't just replace Sherri. They rebranded her, renamed accounts, and handed the iconic 10 a.m. throne back to Wendy, masking it as an evolving landscape. But insiders, and Tasha K herself, claim the truth is darker. This was a calculated game of power, ratings, and revenge, where one woman was sacrificed.
Welcome to YouTube, Sherri! Come on over here, girl. You know she in the family. Well, I don't know if she messed with my cousin no more. I think they broke up because of my announcement. You think I did that, Jasmine? But no, listen, Sherri. Listen, so apparently they done fired Sherri. I'm not happy that they have fired Sherri. I personally feel like they set her up to be fired.
Y'all, the curtain rises on a story far darker than daytime TV will ever admit. This isn't about ratings, it isn't about numbers. It's about power, betrayal, and manipulation executed with surgical precision. Sherri Shepherd was more than a host, she was a target. Tasha K exposes the truth. Sherri was deliberately set up, cornered by a system that measures success not by credibility or talent, but by digital reach, virality, and algorithmic dominance. Her professionalism, her poise, her ability to command respect quietly, all of it became her undoing. Networks didn't just remove her from the 10 a.m. slot, they dismantled her platform piece by piece, preparing the stage for Wendy Williams' return under the guise of strategic rebranding. Early signs were subtle, yet unmistakable. Tasha K recalls noticing how Sherri's segments were quietly minimized, social media handles repurposed, and producers quietly replaced. The audience saw a stable show. Behind the curtain, every decision was calculated to isolate her. The tour dates, the digital presence, even personal revenue streams were quietly disrupted. "You're messing with my pockets," Sherri joked to Tasha, but in reality, it was no joke. Tasha K explains, Sherri had influence and audience trust, but in the age of social media dominance, that isn't enough. Networks look at shares, trends, and clicks. Her talent was invisible in this digital game. They set her up to fail, and it was done methodically. Ratings alone couldn't save her. Jay had survived because his digital influence amplified his presence across platforms, translating engagement into immunity. Sherri? Her credibility, her bond with viewers, her voice, none of it translated into the algorithmic currency that rules modern daytime TV. Every opportunity she had to connect digitally was either ignored or actively minimized. Tasha K details the network's orchestration, social media rebranding, segment shifts, producer swaps, all designed to control narrative and audience perception. Viewers assumed Sherri's show was declining naturally, but behind the scenes, it was strategic suffocation. Even backstage, Sherri's ability to question, challenge, or redirect was subtly neutralized. Tasha confirms, this was chess played at the executive level. Every piece moved against her, and she didn't even know the game had started. By mid-story, Tasha K exposes a deeper layer. Daytime TV isn't about talent anymore. It's about control, virality, and narrative dominance. Sherri's professionalism was a threat, but not enough to survive in the new game. They stripped her of influence, digitally and in production, to make way for someone who could command attention differently.
I'm not gonna say the show was boring. Fuck it, it was boring. Listen.
I've tried to watch the show a few times, and Sherri is just too safe. And if you're going to be a safe talk show host, then your guests have to be unsafe. I feel like they got to balance you out a little bit. And I know people are saying, well, what about J Hud? J Hud has the spirit tunnel. What they're looking for is a crossover between digital and mainstream. And Sherri wasn't given a crossover between the two. Yeah, she had a big platform, but it wasn't translating. Like, she wasn't able to bring viewers over to the talk show. And so she was steadily declining because...
Tasha K elaborates, networks measure hosts by metrics that dictate survival. Sherri's reach wasn't leveraged, and that was used against her. Viral moments, digital followings, trending content, that's the shield now. Sherri had none of that. It wasn't a fair fight. It was execution disguised as decline. Daytime TV has evolved into a war of influence, and Sherri was outgunned. The network's tactics were multi-layered. Social media accounts repurposed, production teams realigned, segments altered, all aimed at diminishing Sherri's presence and controlling the story. The audience believed they were witnessing an organic decline, but it was far from it. Tasha K notes how even Sherri's personal projects were disrupted, tour dates interfered with, revenue streams quietly rerouted, opportunities blocked, all while the network crafted the illusion of strategic rebrand. As the story unfolds, Tasha highlights the digital age's merciless hierarchy. J Hood's survival wasn't talent-based, it was influence-based. Sherri's credibility was irrelevant. Metrics, not merit, decide survival. Networks weaponize this, using social metrics as a scalpel to isolate and remove talent, while the public consumes the narrative unaware of the backstage warfare. The calculated nature of the removal becomes clearer as Tasha describes Wendy Williams' potential comeback. Every social media shift, every segment realignment, every producer replacement, it was designed to make room for Wendy. Sherri's removal wasn't about failure. It was about clearing a path. The throne was already claimed, and she was...
J Hood is boring. She managed to keep her job because she has digital numbers. When you got digital numbers and people are looking at that spirit tunnel and they looking forward to who's going to walk down the tunnel, they are anticipating who's going to be on the show, which is going to make them leave Instagram, leave Facebook, and go watch the show. With Sherri Shepherd, that's not happening. Now, I like Sherri Shepherd's hustle.
Tasha K's voice cuts through. Digital influence is the new currency. Sherri had talent, professionalism, trust, but she didn't have the metrics that save careers in today's landscape. Networks engineered her decline quietly. The throne was already promised, and Sherri was collateral. Everything she did to adapt was neutralized before it even reached her audience. While Sherri grappled with subtle removals and professional isolation, Wendy Williams' strategy began to take shape. Tasha K reveals how Wendy leveraged past fame, loyal fan bases, and streaming opportunities to maximize her digital presence. Unlike Sherri, Wendy's return would not depend solely on TV ratings. It would be viral, algorithm-driven, and unstoppable. Daytime viewers were about to witness a seismic shift, but few knew the backstage manipulation behind it. Meanwhile, Tasha exposes the financial angles. Networks weren't just aiming for attention, they were controlling the flow of money. Ex-husband Kevin Hunter, contracts, and alimony obligations intersected with programming decisions. Sherri's exit opened the door for calculated financial realignments. It's a chessboard, Tasha explains, and money, influence, and narrative control are all pieces in play. Every move is strategic, and every player is aware of the stakes.
You knew damn well we was in negotiations for Sunday, and then you was like, well, I got it, and only sold half the venue out. I had people, they had to bring in extra chairs to my show in Baltimore. But that's okay. Then you're going to tell my cousin because you laying up with him, why your cousin don't like me? You know why I don't like you. You messing with my pockets. That's why I'm true like that. I'm just playing though. I ain't really got...
Tasha K emphasizes, Wendy's return isn't just a comeback, it's a statement. Networks, no TV alone won't dominate. Digital platforms control longevity. The shift isn't subtle. It's deliberate. Every producer, segment, and social media post is designed to guarantee dominance. Sherri didn't fail. She was removed to make the power transition seamless. As Wendy's potential comeback looms, the backstage environment becomes a crucible. Producers jockey for influence, writers pivot content to appease executives, and Tasha reveals how viral moments are orchestrated, prepped, and timed to control social narratives. Sherri's absence is framed as natural decline, but Tasha exposes it for what it is, a premeditated clearing of the board. The story thickens with audience influence. Social media doesn't just amplify, it dictates survival. Metrics and engagement are king, not talent or credibility. Sherri's failure to convert her loyal viewers into trending content became her undoing. Every clip, every segment, every moment she had to build a digital bridge was cut off, subtly and invisibly, ensuring that Wendy's eventual return would dominate attention completely. Financial implications intertwine with digital dominance. Tasha K details how networks calculate revenue versus virality. Sherri's tour dates, sponsorships, and monetized segments were quietly disrupted. Every opportunity to generate income or strengthen audience connection was monitored and often curtailed. J Hood survived, Wendy thrived, Sherri was isolated, all as part of a meticulous strategy designed to consolidate influence and revenue under the
But yeah, and y'all hearing that Wendy is coming back for the daytime chair? No, it's not, because they're not bringing in no more new talk shows. They're not doing it. So y'all listen, the next move for Wendy is a podcast. That's the next move for Wendy. Y'all gonna listen, I'ma listen. Daytime TV is just, they hanging on by a thread because they're losing.
Tasha K lays it bare. This isn't just about ratings. This is about dominance, digital, financial, and cultural. Wendy's comeback was calculated to sweep away competition. Sherri's decline wasn't random, it was orchestrated. Every segment, every clip, every move she made was countered before the audience even saw it. Networks now operate on influence, metrics, and control. Talent alone doesn't survive, only those strategically positioned can thrive. The intricacies of production reveal a world few see. Behind the cameras, producers, writers, and social media managers choreographed a symphony of calculated moments. Clips were timed to release at peak engagement, guest interviews crafted to spark viral debates, and social media posts designed to dominate trending topics. Every detail was a thread in a web that would ensure Wendy Williams' return was not just noticed, it was unavoidable. Meanwhile, Sherri Shepherd's trajectory illustrated the silent cruelty of modern television. Professionalism, credibility, and authenticity mattered less than virality and digital engagement. Tasha K details how segments intended to connect with audiences were subtly redirected, diluted, or delayed. The aim was clear. Sherri's inability to convert her loyal viewers into measurable online influence would cement Wendy's path to dominance. Every moment of Sherri's effort, every emotional investment, was quietly neutralized, invisible to those outside the system. Financial and contractual leverage amplified the stakes. Kevin Hunter's past obligations, combined with the network's revenue strategies, meant that Wendy's return had far-reaching implications. Tasha K points out that this wasn't simply about who hosted a show, it was about who commanded attention, revenue, and cultural relevance simultaneously. Every calculated segment and strategic post was a step toward consolidating power under Wendy's banner. The emotional impact is undeniable. Fans were shocked, colleagues were cautious, and behind-the-scenes tensions were high. Tasha K explains that while the public witnessed ratings, segments, and TV appearances, they had no insight into the silent battles shaping these moments. Every production meeting, every strategic decision, every segment layout was a move in a game where only those positioned with both influence and strategy could survive. As Wendy Williams prepared to reclaim her throne, the networks manipulated both perception and reality. Every aspect of Sherri's exit was masked with excuses about evolving daytime landscapes or natural career shifts, though Tasha K reveals the calculated orchestration behind it all. Audiences only saw the final product, the transition, seamless on screen, but the backstage chess match was brutal, meticulous, and unrelenting. Tasha K underscores the transformation of the media landscape itself. Social media metrics, streaming numbers, and online engagement now dictate who succeeds. Sherri's authentic connection with audiences was insufficient against the algorithmic dominance engineered for Wendy. Every viral opportunity, every trending moment was designed to secure influence, minimize competition, and maximize attention. The emotional stakes were equally high. Sherri had invested years of energy, creativity, and personal sacrifice into her show. Her exit, though framed as inevitable, carried layers of calculated professional isolation. Tasha K details how these silent pressures, combined with strategic network moves, effectively removed her from the digital conversation while Wendy's planned return captured the spotlight. The story expands into strategy execution, network analytics, social media timing, and production orchestration all intertwine. Every viral clip was premeditated, every engagement opportunity optimized. Wendy's return wasn't simply a comeback, it was a meticulously crafted takeover. Sherri's removal, though framed as natural decline, was a critical step in a larger plan to dominate both traditional and digital media. Financial, strategic, and personal stakes intersected seamlessly. Kevin Hunter's obligations, network revenue goals, and digital influence metrics converged, creating a perfect storm for Wendy's return. Tasha K explains how audience engagement, monetization strategies, and viral content all became part of the network's toolkit for controlling daytime television. Sherri's inability to compete in this new digital ecosystem highlighted the ruthlessness of the environment. The backstage ecosystem was a battlefield. Writers, producers, social media managers, and executives operated in a coordinated, high-stakes environment. Every decision was analyzed, every post calculated, every segment optimized. Tasha K emphasizes that Wendy's return, though seemingly organic, was the result of precise orchestration. Sherri's decline, professional isolation, and eventual exit were part of a deliberate plan to clear the stage and guarantee dominance. The implications for daytime television become clear. Metrics, digital influence, and strategic orchestration now dictate careers. Sherri Shepherd's authentic connection, professionalism, and talent were insufficient against a system designed to reward viral dominance, strategic positioning, and narrative control. Wendy Williams' return exemplifies how influence, planning, and timing can eclipse traditional talent, cementing a new hierarchy in the industry. Tasha K's analysis leaves no ambiguity. This isn't just a story of a talk show's cancellation, it's a lesson in calculated media strategy, digital warfare, and cultural dominance. Every host, every segment, every viral moment is part of a larger chessboard where only the strategically favored survive. The power dynamics, financial implications, and orchestrated narratives reveal the hidden reality behind what audiences perceive as natural transitions or career declines. By the final minutes, the landscape has shifted irrevocably. Wendy Williams' planned dominance, Sherri Shepherd's quiet exit, and Kevin Hunter's financial intersections illustrate the modern daytime ecosystem, ruthless, calculated, and controlled by those who understand digital influence. Tasha K exposes this intricate web of strategy, leaving audiences with an understanding of how visibility, virality, and narrative control can dictate the fate of even the most talented hosts. Y'all, what just unfolded behind the cameras is nothing short of cinematic betrayal, a chess game of power where every move was calculated, every player strategically positioned, and the audience kept blind to the chaos. This wasn't just a show ending, it was a takeover. Every clip suppressed, every segment optimized for someone else's gain, every digital moment weaponized to secure dominance. Sherri Shepherd's professionalism, her connection with viewers, her years of investment, all neutralized by an invisible hand orchestrating a complete takeover. Tasha K exposed it, pulled back the curtain, and revealed what networks pray you never see, that influence now outweighs talent, and viral metrics are the ultimate ruler. Wendy Williams' return isn't a comeback, it's a statement. The throne wasn't earned, it was engineered. Every social post, every trending moment, every audience engagement calculated to dominate the landscape and erase competition. Sherri's decline was inevitable, but not natural. It was manufactured, methodical, and brutal. Kevin Hunter's entanglements, financial leverage, and strategic maneuvering were just pieces of the larger game, a reminder that behind every smiling host is a battlefield of contracts, digital numbers, and silent power plays. Viewers think they see the drama, they don't. The real story lives in the shadows, in meetings, in analytics dashboards, and in the decisions that never reach the camera. Every viral clip you watched, every segment you shared, every online debate you joined, it was all part of a grand design. And now, the ultimate lesson is clear. In today's daytime television, control is everything, visibility is currency, and only those strategically positioned survive. The question isn't who wins on TV. The question is who controls the narrative, who pulls the strings, and who dictates what audiences see. Keep watching, because the storm behind the stage is far from over, and the next twist is coming faster than anyone can imagine. Every camera angle, every social metric, every segment, it's all power, and nothing here is random. The real drama isn't on the screen. It's behind it.